You think I can't do it? You clicked on this video hoping to see me fail. I'm gonna prove you wrong. Cut. Yeah, that should do it. We don't need this anymore. I'm gonna clear Frontiers high rank in one go. Hunter rank 3 and 4 are Frontiers high rank section, and also where the first signs of power creep and beeline progression redesign appear. Since my goal is to get here in a timely manner, I thought it fun to try to clear high rank in one single sitting, live on stream. Hey, every monkey is big if you're small enough. You can check the VOD here, if you want to spoil yourself. Let's get going. Key quest, key quest, key quest. Just kidding, this guy is worth talking about. This is Gogomoa, colloquially known as Spider Monkey. Despite being an early game mon, Capcom decided to give this thing mechanics. Anytime it starts one of the slingshot type moves, you can cut the strings and get either a short stagger or a topple out of it. Much like with Tycoon earlier, I'm amazed how much effort they put into this. There is unfortunately not much more to be said about Gogomoa, so let's move on to the next one.
Where to?
Mesoporta.
That'll be 1050.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Just because of you little hairy bastards, I couldn't pay the company $10.50 and my wild ladder wallet.
Here you go. By itself, Orugaron doesn't offer much in terms of threat. It's completely reasonable, almost too easy of a hunt when you first run into it. Allow me to spoil a little. Frontier is very good at making you feel suspicious, but it never really follows up on the suspicion. Orugaron has some notable moves in its kit. Besides the flip and the tackle, the raw causes strong knockback.
Whee.
And it has an ice ball spit. I think it's ice anyway. Overall, we got a little unlucky with its move selection, but no big hassle either way. My notes just say subspecies but red. I'm willing to bet every ancient gen enjoyer understands immediately what I mean. For everyone else, this is Hypnoc, this is Bright Hypnoc, this is Kezu, this is Red Kezu, this is Blangonga, this is Copper Blangonga, Kongalala, Emerald Kongalala, Barioth and Baroth. I know there's a lot of people that mix the two up and it's easy to see why when you look at their names, but they're obviously not related like that. No, their subspecies are this. Anyway. Oh, we've already seen Tycoon? Got you fam, my bad. Paria is easily the most hated mon amongst my friend group. And now you've seen the entire moveset. It's a little uninteresting as its moveset almost entirely consists of the maybe most interesting thing about it is how much damage blunt attacks deal to its head. This is a really, really large number, all things considered. I have a feeling that we'll see more of this guy soon, so I'll save the deets until then. It's been pretty smooth sailing until here, and at this point I felt confident that I could breeze through most of the rest of high rank mostly uninterrupted. All things considered, I did, at least until the incident. Technically speaking, actually technically speaking, this is all still low rank gear. Knowing roughly where this will go, it's at vaguely this point that I'm thinking about upgrades. And normally, I would. Probably. But we're kind of on a timer against my sanity and want to avoid Resolute or Defender weapons for now. So the most pressing one would be an immediate weapon upgrade. And the urgent quest might be just the thing for that. The difference between low and high rank Ruko is primarily the damage output. Grinding a little bit of low rank Ruko really makes this easier, cause we're already used to the moveset. Don't ever doubt me or my recommendations again. Also for those of you who do watch my streams, we'll see more of this thing. A lot more of this thing. With Ruko slain. I said, with Ruko slain. Dude, can you hurry up already? Oh, okay, now you do it. What, do you want me to say thank you? Get out of here. We'll do two things. Look at potential weapon upgrades and make a friend. After some scrolling through the weapon menu, I settle on targeting this hammer. Not for any particular reason beyond almost having the mats to make it. Premium Cores makes more stuff available at the store too. So I stock up and then we make our car. Cars are very useful in Frontier as they usually reward a second item for part breaks. I love car and so do you. Say hi to car in the comments right now. If you want me to say hi to your car, you can join the Stow chat, linked in the description. Subscribe while you're down there too. Friend made and weapon upgrade clocked. We can continue with Hunter Rank 4's first key quest. Beru. Right around here is when Frontier shows its true color. Orange. A creature like Beru would never find its way into progression high rank of a mainline game. Is what I would have said before Wilds at least. It's still impressive how far modern MH is behind this stuff. The difficulty ramp up is really noticeable now. Confidence remains at an all-time high. 1 or 2 matchups isn't going to stop me. Beru and it's not quite a subspecies are fascinating monsters. Looking at it, you could reasonably assume this to be some sort of Astalos. But almost surprisingly, it's not. This guy and his sibling are the first of a set of smart monsters. They'll actively avoid traps and trap-adjacent setups you could do. By the time you first have to interact with Beru, everything is scary because of the high damage you'll take. But moveset-wise, there's only really 3 notably dangerous attacks. Orbs, Slam Nuke and Area Denial footsies. With some practice, they're all trivial to deal with, but because of how much they hurt, learning can take time as almost every mistake means a trip from camp or a restart. Either way, I didn't get the tail, so no upgrades for this guy. At this point, I felt like I needed to get the big scary guys out of the way before I get too mentally clocked out to focus properly. It did not go well. I think I did. Yep. I'm stupid. I knew it. I felt that. Unfortunately, I was already checked out. The sailing has been too smooth for me to take high rank seriously, and I really hate to disappoint, so backing down was not an option either. Doubts started to settle in. There's still a lot left in HR4, and I was already losing focus here. To just one shot. So yeah, that sounds about right. No! Yep, up for that. Oh, that could have been open. I decided it's okay to fail, but the key quests won't do themselves. So I might as well get the ones out of the way I know are easy time consumers. Devastated, I pressed on. There we go. Garuga made me realize just how low my damage output is compared to the health pools of HR4. I spend a lot of time giving advice to newcomers to either Monster Hunter or Switch Axe, and this is one of those times where I find myself in essentially their shoes. I know these monsters. Every one of them. But I know them from a perspective of having much more damage output and controlling the fight better. My thought process needed to shift from just getting it over with to preserving what resources I have to sustain making mistakes and taking my time, even if it meant less entertaining gameplay. With that lesson learned, I press on to White Hypnoc. Look at this guy. How can your first instinct not be funny early game monster? White Hypnoc belongs to a class of monster generally referred to as rare subspecies. This puts it vaguely in the same tier as Silver Rathalos and Gold Rathian. Those are decidedly not funny early game monsters. White Hypnog, I think, is best described as a knowledge check. Most of his moves are painful, but very, very obvious. And a little goofy. He's funny like that. The Stomp highlights what I mean by that the best. You have to figure out that you can follow his shadow with your eyes. Do not go there. Danger zone. And when it pauses, he's going to stomp. This causes a tremor, and if anyone was hit by it, he'll slide kick towards them. There's a few more moves like that, where you kind of just have to know how they go in order to get your own hits in. And after all is said and done...
Content. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough monies.
He is a pretty smooth hunt. Just like Kuaru. I'm convinced this guy spawned both Legiacrus and Agnactor. The moves are all there. Crystal. Yeah, but that ultimately means you just... No way it's been like 2 hours already, right? No, seriously, if you treat this the exact same way you treat a Legiacrus with Agnactor's moves on top, you'll do swimmingly. Much like Clack and Legiacrus, it suffers. Well, we suffer from the Leviathan issue. It's long, it's fast, it hurts. Despite Frontier not having many notable, relevant Leviathans, you'd do good to at least learn the basics of the movesets if you aren't deeply familiar with the other two. Speaking of familiarity, I think we've seen this one already. I wonder why they made us hunt this thing twice. Foreshadowing is a literary device. After this short wave of successes and realizations, I started feeling more focused and up to the task. Only two things stand between me and the actual meat of the game. And the first of which is the Espinus subspecies. Orange, brown, flaming, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of a monster representation for Hammer. Multiple long wind-up moves that really hurt if they connect. Many moves you can't, or at least shouldn't, block conventionally. It's painful. Playing it safe is absolutely key when beeline progressing like I'm doing here. Generally speaking, Espinus subspecies tends to taunt a lot, but non-charge moves have little to no wind-up either. The key is patience and understanding which options you actually have, and not getting baited into extending an opening that was never there in the first place. Moveset wise, it is rather simple. The Espinus staple rush, fireballs, triple combo with the tail swipe, nothing unmanageable. It's really the baiting taunts that get people in my experience. With significantly more patience and focus than the first go at it, and with massive help from the daily active feature, orange/brown/flaming Espinus is behind us.
Easy.
I've been hiding something from you. I've attempted this next thing a couple times before, and it humbled me. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds about right. What? No, that's easy. This is White Espinus. Wespy suffers from what I call the 4 move slot syndrome. It's when a monster has very few actual attacks, but they are also all that's needed to make them really, really painful. Trying to get through this thing, I even resorted to speedrun strats. A big part of the early walling issue was how arrogant I was in tackling the hunt. I failed to respect the lack of damage I could put out. If Beru and Orange didn't push a complete newcomer to try Hulk potions, White SP almost certainly will. Unfortunately, White SP is also a filter for Hulk pots. With some practice, a bit of focus, and after a total of about 8.5 hours, the wall finally fell. What remains is the urgent. Akura Washimo, or however that's pronounced. I'm gonna go with that going forward. There's a few things one could talk about here, like the mechanics behind cutting the tail, the fun hit zone interaction, or the crystallized status. But the hunt's already over. What, that's anticlimactic? Prepare yourselves, we'll need it. You can watch the VOD here, the previous video here, and join the Stoat server in the description. Subscribe to watch me suffer live.